Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, or still good morning. We want to say one more time that you're very welcome and thank you very much for coming to attend this wonderful event, the Ecobank SME Knowledge Session. With the theme navigating the new tax regime and unlocking growth through trade solution. This is a big business hub called Aspanda. Please, if your hands are not too busy, put your hands together for yourself. Before we continue, before we do anything, I definitely have to stand on the protocols that are here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're internet busy, we have the president of the Aspanda body himself, Honorable Ngozi Emechele. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you very much, sir, for coming. We're so happy to see you. We also have his officers here with him. We have members of his cabinet. If friends are not still using the chance to get up with them as well. Thank you very much, sirs, for coming. Ecobank is so honored to have you all. Also, we have I'm still standing on the protocols. We also have here Mr. Tunu Daudu, the head of physical distribution, Ecobank Nigeria. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you very much, sir. Also, we have here very wonderful woman that does not joke with SMEs here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, Omoboro Odo, the head SMEs and partnerships and collaborations, Ecobank Nigeria. Thank you very much one more time for every one of us for coming. And I'm very sure we'll have a very insightful moment and time here this morning and afternoon on the new tax regime and how to unlock our trade solutions. Without wasting our times at all, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be calling on the president of the Aspanda body, Honorable Ngozi Emechele, to give us an opening remark. Ladies and gentlemen, let us put our hands together for him as he comes to the microphone. Honorable Ngozi Emechele, put your hands together for him, please.
Thank you, MC. Should I say good afternoon? No, same one. Good morning, everybody. You're all welcome to Aspanda. I'm not hearing your response. Thank you very much. I want to thank the management of Ecobank PLC, all the senior officers on ground here. You're all welcome. My team here is the Secretary General of Aspanda is here with me in the person of Juventus Wabalokaka. And the financial secretary is also here with me, Chief ICAN. Other officers will soon join here. I've seen your leaders in my office, and I saw how tight to going elsewhere. You are welcome to Aspanda. Aspanda is a land of opportunities. Therefore, I wish you very good generation with my people, known traders. Before you know that, I was come to store. They are sure, failed to finish one thing or the other, what was over there. Because no matter inside, so it's not your business. As you see them in the church, they are receiving their benefits over outside, and they are working with it. They must write those packets to feed them back, supply it, and how much of knowledge in the company. So it's hard to see it as management of who knows what is doing in the next business. Not focus on. If we are not well organized, is it possible, to solve this problem? Go down, go like so much, almost something like this. Like, our members, it's not them. As one members, like for here, Mozambique, and you will still have to do what I call market segmentation. You know how to do it here. If the consult we are good, we get them very well. Going directly to us, we will get them very well. As it is now, prime businesses hour. And this is the right time because anything for three now, they talking about the building, going to do with the that's successful. So my people, they go back to the business districts. They go back to the business districts. They will not disappoint you, and I hope not disappoint you. Because one good turn serves another. We have the opportunity to do well because we have no management here. You have the right to go to money and make your choice. So everything at our doorstep to God be the glory. So as Spanda, an association that is highly organized in Nigeria. And what you are saying here, you can't find in any company. Only that our government has not really opened their eyes to see how to support this hub. Because anywhere you go, I go to conferences, to the solutions, many people come here to buy, they will come there. And so even inviting the nation and address them. But I'm not be able to let them do what to manage this very serious. It's a work on this. So if you have documents, you will stand. If you don't have, you will disappear. Welcome. I wish I have some time today, but but all I want is see my people, help them in facilities, that support our programs as well. I know Amaka, they are here. You know what? We have more tournaments, and it's not a bank there. So thank you for coming. My people will surely touch by we as a association will. Am I right? Manager, where I do. So I will come to more. Huh? I will come to more. So wish you well, and you are coming here. We turn things around for Ecobank in Jesus' name. So I have no goal to give you, neither silver, but all I know is that your mission here must surely be successful to the increase of His glory in the name of Jesus Christ. Thank you for listening, and thank you for coming to Aspanda. It shall be well with Ecobank. Whether they like it or not, Ecobank is number.
Thank you very much. Please, let's put our hands together for him. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you. Also, I definitely have to do this to recognize our wonderful partners in terms of financial advisory, fantastic financial intelligence from this wonderful group of companies. Ladies and gentlemen, we have here Harava International Business Consultancy Limited. Please, let's put our hands together for them. We have Chidima Osigwe, ACA, ACTI. Please put your hands together for her, representing Harava. Also, Olaoluwa Agwola, ACA, is also here. These are part of our facilitators. Put your hands together for her. She's also representing Harava. Also, we have a special guest, and definitely is part of the protocol we have to stand on. Is the past president, the Diamond, and the 60th president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, aka ICAN, Chief Dr. DCS Alaribe. Without wasting any of our time, we are moving to the opening remarks. We've just had the welcome address by the Aspanda president. Now the opening remarks coming from Ecobank Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the microphone, Mr. Tunde Daudu, the head of physical distribution. Please put your hands together for him, please.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Is it morning yet? Okay, we're already in the afternoon. Oh. Good afternoon, all. And thank you so very much for honoring our invitation. On behalf of the Managing Director of Ecobank Nigeria, Mr. Bolaji Lawal, the executive management, staff, and everyone of Ecobank want to welcome you specially. This knowledge sharing session is absolutely important, and I want to believe that everyone who is in business, whether you are even in business in Aspanda here, or you are doing your own side hustle, or whatever it is that you're doing in business, you will find this session absolutely important and knowledge gained. I'm sure you are aware that there are new tax regimes. And even now, the gentleman who pioneered that reform, is now the Minister of Finance. In fact, is a coordinating Minister of the Economy. So you can be sure that one of his top agenda will be how to increase the tax bracket. And I usually, by the grace of God, I do some consulting in that space. And I usually tell most of the business people that the tax regime is not so much as to catch you or increase your tax liability, but so much of your bookkeeping, your record keeping, and ensuring that you keep good books of accounts. So I don't want to take the shine off the consultant who is going to speak, but I want you to please pay a lot of attention. In Ecobank, we believe in growing with you. We believe in supporting your business. We believe in ensuring that you grow, you stay within the confines of the law, and you do business, and nothing catches you by surprise. So that's the first session. The second session will be facilitated by someone who is a trade expert. I know that most of, if not all the businesses here, have one form of trade affiliation or the other. Either you are importing directly by yourself, or you are in partnership with those who are the major importers, or you are having to remit money one way or the other. So we're going to also be looking in that space how we can provide as a bank solutions for you, no matter how small you are. We have solutions, trade solutions that can help you to grow, minimize your financing cost, ease the logistics of importation or export, as the case may be. If you had the president, the good thing about Ecobank is that we are in over 33 countries. So even if you are expanding, you are planning to expand your business to any other African country, the bank to go with is Ecobank. Because outside of Nigeria, there's no other bank that has that spread. So if you want to export to any other African country, you are banking with Ecobank, you can be sure that the person you are exporting to in that country most likely has an account in Ecobank. So Ecobank to Ecobank makes your business transactions and your trade transactions a lot easier. So please pay a lot of attention, and at the end, we will be able to ask questions, engage, and we'll continue. So please, welcome you. We thank you so very much. We will not take a lot of your time. We know you're all very busy. You need to go back to your business. But as much as possible, please take this knowledge because you cannot buy it in the market. Once again, welcome and have a good time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tuli Daudu, the head of physical distribution, Ecobank Nigeria. All right. Without wasting any of our time as well, we are going for the keynote remarks. And this is from the past president, the 60th president of ICAN, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Chief Dr. DCS Alaribe. It will give us a brief keynote remark.
Thank you very much. Ndewon. So I'm very, very happy to be here, but I have to make it very, very brief. I'm Chief Davison Chizuoke Alaribe, Aumonia, Abia State, a past president of ICAN, the Diamond President, the 68th president. So if you're an ICAN president, you will wear 3 chains. One is when you become president. You wear the chain. Mine, I wore a diamond chain because I was the 60th president. It was a special chain. It was a diamond. After that, there will be a chain that will be given to me called the immediate past president. That was last year. But when that tenure ended, you'll be given another chain. This one is past president. It's for life. If he gets dirty or he breaks, you go back, they will give you for free. So that is one of the distances. And if you are going somewhere where you'll be recognized as ICAN past president, you will wear that chain. So if you are the motor, if you are here. So our guy from Ecobank, I'm happy to be here. Okay, you're a member of the Institute. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I could also see how smart you were, how you manage time. Anything that is related to the snake must be long. It must move zigzagly. You know, accountants are very smart people. So my people, I was asking the chairman about somebody that I used to work for, Mr. Benji Ajebu. So he told me he would give me his number. That was when I qualified newly in 1998. He had office in Idumota. I've not seen him for a very, very long time. I've been serving ICAN. The chairman who spoke here said he would give me his number. So what the consultants, Harava is doing, what Ecobank is doing, please, I want you people to listen attentively. Oga from Ecobank, thank you very much. Thank the management. What they are doing is key. The managers from Harava, you're also welcome. Thank your management also. And the people from the market here, please thank yourselves for being here. If a native doctor doesn't go out, doesn't attend meetings, he won't be powerful. He will only depend on what his father taught him, what his grandfather taught the father. That's what he'll be using. But another native doctor will go to my two and say, how do they cure headache? They will teach him. He will add it to what his father taught him, what the grandfather taught him. Another person will get to relay. By the time he combines 8 or 10, they will say, this man named you. But it's because he has gone out. So what you have done now is key. The facilitators will teach you about the new tax regime. They will also teach you how to get your tax ID, your TIN. It's very, very key. I was telling them, one of my consulting businesses, about 5 years, I didn't go and settle with it. I didn't file my returns. When I wanted to get a business with a government agency, they say if I don't bring my TIN, that business will not come. And I know how much I paid with CAC. So it's for free. But if you are owing now, go and pay. Also, it is good. You get accountants and all these people to advise you. You keep your records. When I was working with Chief Benji Ajebu, when we were auditing his account as auditors, that was the time of 504, 505. His boys will use the spare parts for 504 and put in the record of 505. It's only when we come as auditors. They have not stolen, but there's confusion. It's when the auditors came, he said, Chief, thank you for what you have done for me. Each time he tells those boys, the auditors will come, they will sit up. And he had goods that are highly valued. I told him, we go and look at those goods, check the expiry date. In fact, there was one we saw, it remained just 6 months for it to expire. He just kept it there. But because we went to audit it and make stock count, that was when he had to try and sell some of them to salvage the money. So see what you can do. Keep your records. Be truthful to your bank. If it's about tax you have to pay, fine, they will advise you. Harava will advise you very well on what to do. The banks will also advise you on what to do. So just be transparent. Everything will go on well. So in afternoon mass, the Reverend Father does not preach much because people will be going back to church. On that note, I thank every one of you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Please let us put our hands together for him one more time. The Diamond and 60th President of ICAN, Chief Dr. DCS Alaribe. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are up for business here, and it is real time for us to go on with why we are here. We'll be having the first session, and this first session will be making us understand the new tax regime, the key changes, the compliance requirements, and the implications for all SMEs. Before I move forward, please, I can see some female traders here. All female traders, let me just see you wave your hands. Female traders, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That is why Ecobank is here for you as well. There's a product we have that is Elevate. You can see it on the roll-up banner right beside me here, by my left-hand side. You can meet with the product manager, Victoria Egon. She's somewhere here. She's going to give you more answers to your inquiries. All right, the first session will be taken by Chidima Osigwe and Olaoluwa Agbola. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for them. They are the representatives from Harava International Business Consultancy Limited. Put your hands together for them. Chidima Osigwe coming forward to the system.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to quickly make this adjustment. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Oh, it's afternoon already. Oh, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chidima Osigwe, Manager Tax and Professional Services, Harava, Nigeria. And this morning, we'll be looking at understanding the Nigerian Tax Act. Once we hear about tax, everybody gets jittery. Everybody go to shake. Oh, these people, they want to come and collect my money. They have brought new ones to come and collect my money. So this morning, we are going to be looking at the Nigerian Tax Act that was enacted in 2025 and implemented 1st of January 2026, what the changes are, and how it impacts your business. Before we go further, I would like to appreciate the Diamond President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. He's my president. I am a member of the Institute, and I cannot go on further without acknowledging his presence. You're welcome, sir. It's such a great pleasure to have you join us today. Also, this morning, we're supposed to have the presence of our President and Global CEO of Harava Group USA and Nigeria, Mr. J. Jelenke, and I would like to actually acknowledge his presence. He's joining us virtually. You're welcome, sir. Thank you for taking out time to join us. Please, let's give him a round of applause. He's joining us virtually this morning. It's morning his time, it's afternoon our time. Before we go further into the session, I would like to welcome Olaoluwa Agbola. She is our Manager, Client Advisory Services. She'll be doing the introduction. She'll be telling us about our business at Harava, and then we'll now go into the main business of the day, how to understand the Nigerian Tax Act and limit our tax liability. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chidima. Good morning. Oh, sorry. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here today. I thank you all for having us here. But before we start, I know you guys are expecting to talk about taxes, business growth, tax compliance, and all of that. But before we go into that detail, I want us to have this simple thought. I know we all here are business owners, right? And every day we work hard. We pay salaries, we pay for rent, we talk to suppliers, we buy goods and services. But one question is coming to my mind now. Are we really getting reward for all this hard work that we're doing? And if we are not, why? Now, I'll have to ask a question. If I ask anyone here how much profit you made last month, can you tell me? Does anybody know? If I ask you what product line gives you the highest return, is it when you sell generator? Do you get more profits when you sell generator? Do you get more profits selling of tires? Tell me, do you know that product line that gives you the highest return? If I enter your shop today and say, I want to buy this business, can you give me the value of all the products you have in the store? Does anyone want to answer my question? If I enter your shop today, can you give me the value of your product? Can you give me the value of everything in your office? You see, my goal here today is very simple. The goal is to discuss how record keeping can help you maximize your profits. How good record keeping can make you see opportunities, not just see opportunities, but be able to access the opportunity and be able to benefit from opportunities. And another thing is how record keeping can make your business grow. That is why we are here, and that is what we'll be discussing today. Sorry. Now, we say sales is not profit. I know some of us, every day, people are inside our shops, and sometimes even your workers are not enough. You need more hands. People come in a day, when you check your accounts, you might have made sales of 100 million, 10 million. But the question is that sales really your profits? You look into your bank account and be like, I'm good for today. I have 50 million in my bank account. But the question is, have you factored in the cost you incurred in buying those products in your shop? Have you factored in the rent you're paying? Have you factored in the salaries you're paying? That small 1,000, 2,000, Emeka take transport fare. Emeka take buy your lunch. Have you factored all of those things in? So I want you to know that your sales is not your profit. And the fact that you're busy, people come in and out of your shop, does not necessarily mean that your business is growing. That is why today, I want to share how Harava International Business Consultancy help business owners gain clarity, improve profitability, access funding, and build businesses that can stand the test of time. That's what we do. We'll help you gain clarity in your business, If you need funds from the bank, we can help you. I'm not necessarily saying that we'll give you the money, or we'll go to the bank and say that, hey, come and give Mr. Emeka 50 million naira, I need it for this business. I'm just trying to say that we are going to help you to make your business stand the test of time. You have your work paper, your records are kept, and by the time the bank sees it and be like, oh, okay, truly, this business can pay back their loan. It's not you telling the bank like, I made 100 million last week. I made 15 million last month. I can pay back my loan. No, banks works on facts. Moving on. Let's talk about our firm. The name of our firm is Harava International Business Consultancy Limited. And these are the things that we do. We are accounting and fractional CFO. We help with tax compliance. If you need to register your business, we do that. We give you financial advisory and all of that. We prepare your account. But beyond that, we help you answer some basic questions, which is, where is my money going? You made 50 million yesterday. Today, it's remaining 20 million. What is happening? We answer the question, how can I make more profits? We help you answer the question, am I making profits? And at the same time, we help you manage your business and let it grow. Let's take a look at one of her, some of our leadership. My colleague earlier mentioned our president and CEO, Mr. J. Jelenke. I know you're here. Hello, sir. We welcome you here. We have myself, my colleague Chidima. We have Dr. Alarebe. We have Yewande. We have Mr. Kingsley, which is our HR. But that's... Now, let's go here. Why exactly do you need to know your numbers? Why? You're making money. Money is coming into your accounts. Your customers are paying. But why do you need to know your numbers? One, the reality of most business owners is they mix personal money with their business money. You don't have a separate account for yourself. You don't have a separate account for your business. It is from that 20 million that you make today that you pay your child's school fees. You send money to mommy maker, you send money to grandma, you send money to grandpa, you send money to everybody in the village out of the business money. Those are one of the, let me say, one of the things that we are doing that might not be correct and might not make you have like adequate record keeping. Another thing is we are not sure of our profit. Our inventory, like Dr. Larebe said, sometimes you just have these inventories packed somewhere. You don't even know if they are missing. You don't know if they're about expiring. You don't know if they are spoiled already. But with Harava, we can help you like sort all of that and be able to like have a proper record of all your inventories and your business. I'm trying to be like very fast. Now, why do we need adequate record? We need to calculate and see our actual net profits at the end. That is really very important. And apart from that, you need to know if the business you're doing is even profitable. You need to know the fact that you're making sales does not mean, I've always said that, does not mean you're making profit. I'm trying to rush. Now, let's just take a look at this scenario and we wrap up. One, a merchant records over 50 million in annual sales, but runs on unorganized books, has no clear profit view. It gets turned down for bank expansion loan. What's this big drama saying? The big drama is saying that you're making sales, you have money in your bank account, your sales is good, you've gone to the bank, you need a loan, but the bank said, mwah, we are not giving you loan, Biko. We don't have your record is not clean. We don't have your books of accounts. Now, where do we come in and what do we do? We organize historical filings, structured work paper, and successfully position them for loan approval. What we are saying is, we get your bank statement, right from 2000 and whatever. We organize it, we book it properly, and with that, you have your statements of accounts, which you can take to the bank to get the loan. Another scenario, An importer with strong demand constantly faces dry cash reserves, suffering from inventory tying up too much liquid. What is this one saying? You have too much money in your store. That generator, that tire, all those inventory, those things that you're selling, you have them all tied up and you're wondering why you don't have money, why you don't have enough in your bank. It's because your inventory is tied down. You've not really mastered what product sells fast, the products you're supposed to keep for a long time, the one you're not supposed to buy much on. But we at Harava are able to help you recognize that and make you loan ready. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm going to bring back my colleague now. I know you might have questions, but when Chidima is done with our session, we can take all the questions together. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Olaoluwa, for that insightful introduction. So now we're going to go into the main business of the day. We're going to be looking at the Nigerian Tax Act 2025 and how the new changes impact your market transaction. This Nigerian Tax Act 2025 that took effect 1st of January 2026, what is it? How does it affect my business? How does it affect my tax liability? Am I going to be paying a lot of money? Are they going to come to my shop to come and lock my shop that I cannot make sales, So we are going to understand what it is and what we need to do to be compliant. When I say compliant, it means to do everything that the law requires of us. That is what it means to be compliant. So the Nigerian Tax Act, like I already said, was established last year, 2025, and took effect on the 1st of January 2026. What is it? It is an act that puts together all the other tax laws. So we have the company income tax, we have the VAT rules, we have withholding tax law. The Nigerian Tax Act 2025 creates a unified system. All of those tax acts, it puts it together under one umbrella. So when you are sitting down with a tax man, he's not going to be going to the VAT rule. He will go to the Nigerian Tax Act 2025 and go and check what the rule for VAT is saying in that particular act. Okay, so that's it. So it's not a new tax law, quote and unquote. It just comprehensively puts everything together. So what are the key changes? There is VAT on ground already. I'm sure VAT is not new. But the Nigerian Tax Act 2025 mandates every business that is not a small company, every company that is not a small company, to collect and remit VAT. What is a small company? A small company is a company with annual turnover of 100 million or below. So the moment you start making 100 million, because I know we are not small business owners, only one container on the high sea, we have made 100 million, So the moment you have made 100 million, you are no longer a small business. It means that you need to start collecting and remitting. You say, oh, the taxman cannot catch me. Now there is a unified tax system. There is the tax ID for all businesses and all individuals. The moment you go to the Nigerian Revenue Service portal and you put in your NIN of BVN, your tax ID will come out. So if you say they are not going to catch me, you will be surprised that the taxman has your details. So if you are not a small business owner, and you have been collecting VAT. Before, VAT used to be like extra money. You invoice 100,000, you add VAT 7.5, 7,500, you will not remit it, you use it to buy data. Now, the law requires that 7,500 that you have collected is not your money, it's the government money. You need to go ahead to remit it. Compulsory invoicing. You can no longer make sales without issuing invoice, because the tax man will be at your office to ask you, what did you sell? You said that your VAT for the whole year was 7,500. Where is the corresponding invoice? Not only for the tax man, for you as a business owner as well. You come back to your shop. Emeka tells you that, Oga, I've made sales today. Oh. Yeah, you asked him, how much did you sell? I sold 100 million. Ungwanu, show me the invoice. No invoice. So how will you verify that what Emeka said he sold was actually what he sold? So you can no longer make sales without invoicing and without categorically stating what the VAT amount is. I don't have money, make everything 100,000. Everything 100,000. Yes, VAT inclusive, you say yes. That means you are going to be the one as a business owner to incur the liability of that VAT. So if you are making an arrangement with a customer or an agreement, a contract, or whatever the situation is with the customer, let us be clear. This is my service amount. This is the cost of the item, and this is the VAT on the item. Categorically state it line by line on your invoice. Then we go to electronic tracking. You have 10 shops. You have 5 shops. This shop will give you their own manually. You will not be checking the documents one by one. This other shop will tell you that, Oga, the paper, one angry customer carried our invoice booklets. This is why you need to digitize your system. You need to automate it and create electronic tracking for your sales. It's okay that the first point of call is your manual invoice, but you move that your manual invoice to your cloud-based system or your online tracking system where you record all the sales that you have made. Then let's talk about import and place of supply. It's an international business. Yes, we are importing it. Yes, but the moment those goods land in Nigeria, they are subject to locally, they are subject to local VAT, domestic tax. VAT applies on that particular item. So when you are clearing your goods and you say, why did custom include VAT? What do you need to do? That invoice that custom has given you, that they have included VAT, keep that record. That is one. The second invoice you are issuing to your customer that you have included VAT, keep that record. Because when you are filing VAT for that particular month, it means that the VAT that customs has charged you minus the VAT that you have charged the customer is your tax liability, is your VAT liability for that month. So a situation whereby customer has charged you higher VAT than the one that you have charged the customer, your input and output VAT, that means you don't have any VAT liability for that month because it has to be relevant VAT to that transaction. You cannot say, oh, I am, okay, for example, an accounting firm, and then someone supplies electronics to us. We now say we are deducting that kind of VAT. No, it has to be relevant. You are importing electronics and you are selling electronics. Those transactions are similar transactions, and you can take those transactions as your input and output VAT to know your tax liability. This will also impact your pricing because you say, will I allow a customer go because I want to charge extra 7.5% VAT? So internally, you need to have a structured pricing. These are the items I shipped in. This is how much I'm going to sell so that it does not impact my VAT. So a customer is negotiating with you to say everything 20,000. You have gone home, you have done your review, you have ensured that even if they are negotiating for that amount and you need to self-charge as a business owner, it does not eat into your profits. So you need to go back and do your own internal meeting and derive what your sale amount will be. Then formalization of the market. The Nigerian Tax Act wants every market, both the informal sector and the formal sector, to come under one umbrella. That's what the Nigerian Tax Act 2025 is trying to achieve. So previously, a trader could sell television without issuing receipts. No receipt for accounting purpose, no receipt for tax purpose. But under the new framework, that does not work. Because by the time the taxman comes for tax audit, they will tell you all your import documents, all the receipts you received, bring it. Then you see your VAT as a line item. All the invoices you issued to your customer, bring it. They also want to see VAT as a line item so that they will be able to reconcile the VAT you paid custom, the VAT you collected, and the VAT that you remitted. If you go to the Nigerian Revenue Service portal to download the VAT schedule, The way the schedule is structured is that you cannot hide anymore. Any sale you made in a particular month, the system wants you to highlight it one by one. The ones that are zero rated, the ones that are taxable, the ones that are not taxable. We are going to look at the transactions that are taxable during the course of this session. I know that compliance is like wearing an oversized shoe. You know, you might not be able to walk properly, but it might be heavy, it might be unfamiliar, but it shapes the way we move forward. So I believe that at the end of this session, our legs are going to fit properly into the oversized shoe. Okay, so I already spoke about tax invoice and why it matters. For your business security, Uchenna said he made sales, 100,000. The customer came. I want to return the item. Okay, Uchenna, why is that man shouting? Return the item. Bring the invoice. Okay, there is no invoice. The customer now tells you that, I did not pay 100,000. I sent 200,000 to which, how will you now reconcile that? It is 100,000 that I received. Okay? Go and ask your boy that you sent to the market. So writing an invoice not only protects you during tax liability, it also protects you as a business owner. Then your client retention. There is no how. I know that there is no business that you would, no company you would transact with, and they want you to just, how much is it? Send the item, and you will not issue invoice. The first thing they will ask you is, Oga, send your invoice. Madam, send your invoice. It also creates client retention. Your clients will trust you. They will know that you are a verifiable and trusted business person. Okay? So let's quickly move on. What should your invoice contain? Issue invoice. Issue invoice. What should it contain? It should contain the supplier's data. Your business name, you as a business owner, your invoice should have we know that already because I know we are not small businessmen. But go and check your invoice if it also has your tax identification number. Because there are some transactions you will be doing with third party that maybe they need to deduct withholding tax. And you say, okay, I'm a registered business name, just an enterprise, or you are a limited liability company. If you are a registered enterprise, you need to have your state's Internal Revenue Service ID, your payer ID. It's the C number for enterprise and N number for individuals. And then your tax identification number for limited and incorporated enterprises. You need to state it on your invoice so that any customer that has deducted withholding tax will not have to start chasing you to get your payer ID or your tax ID to be able to remit that withholding tax that they have deducted. What is that withholding tax going to do for you? It means that at the end of a financial year, for example, 2025 has ended, you need to file your tax between 1st of January and 30th of June 2026. If they have deducted withholding tax, and by the time they calculate your company income tax at the end of the year, and that other third party has deducted withholding tax to the tune of 200,000, and your tax liability for that particular year is 300,000, you are only going to pay 100,000. Because the system has record that there is 200,000 that has been deducted at source by a third-party consultant because of the peculiarity of that transaction. All right? So it's going to help you reduce your tax liability at a future date. It's a credit with the government. So if somebody is deducting withholding tax, you don't need to go and fight that person. As long as it applies within the rules of the Nigerian Tax Act, what you need to do is provide your tax ID to that party which you have entered into contract with so that they can remit. And they should send you evidence of remittance. If they have not sent you evidence of remittance, follow up with them. Because it means that instead of them to have helped you to reduce your tax liability, they want you to pay the actual that you should have paid, whereas they have deducted withholding tax. So it is the obligation of you that they have deducted withholding tax from to follow up with that party to ensure that they remit so that it will be a credit for you at a future date. Now, on your invoice, we want to see the customer's profile, their delivery address. If it's a business-to-business supply, we want to see the name of the other business. We also want to see the tax breakdown. What is the subtotal? I delivered 2 AC inverters, 450,000 naira each, times 2, 900,000, 7.5 VAT. We want to see what's the total, 900,000. We want to see the VAT at 7.5% on your invoice. Clearly state it. Because the taxman can come and you don't even have additional tax liability. But most times, let's look at the scenario. When a policeman stops you when you are driving and your papers are complete, how do you react? Officer, how you doing now? He asks you for your paper. You boldly what? Bring it out. By the time you bring it out, the next thing you say, officer, why are you wasting my time? I am rushing. But if your papers are not complete, can you dare to ask him, officer, why are you wasting my time? Because your case is different now, you're an officer. But for someone that is not an officer, and for someone that does not even know their rights, they will not even dare to ask the officer what is going on. If they even tell you additional liability that does not even exist, because you don't know your rights, you start to beg them for money that will not even go into the government purse. But when you know your rights, you have renewed your papers as of when due, you will not be scared. You will go ahead and present your papers. And by the time they start asking some funny questions, thank God for this generation, you bring out your phone and you start recording, and the officer will start trending. That's because you know your right and you have done the right thing. So the essence of this discussion is so that you know what you need to do as a business owner. So that if a taxman walks into your office, you will go into a tax audit meeting with the level of confidence that you should have as a business owner that is also improving the economy. Because you are improving the economy. Without these sales that is ongoing, there is no how our economy, our gross domestic product can even be improved. So you don't need to operate in fear. You just need to know the right thing that you need to do as a business owner. Then your invoice also helps you with traceability. You can trace, oh, when did I make this sale? When was it returned, if it was returned? What type of goods was it? What year was it imported? All of those details on your invoice helps you to solve that problem. So the quantity you sold, the details of the item, the actual VAT amount, and then the customer should sign. The customer should what? The customer should sign. Okay, so let's quickly, we've talked about invoice. Don't skip your invoice numbers. You start with invoice 001, you skip to invoice 100. It is a red flag when the taxman comes. What happens to number 2 to 98? You as a businessman, if your internal person, your staff, has taken number 2 and sold it to somebody else, you will not know. Because you were the one that made that mistake. There is no tracking. You cannot even reconcile the goods you even had in your store. When last did you do stock count? So if someone has picked an item, put it on invoice number 30, you don't even know. You quickly go, you change the invoice number. It's a red flag when the taxman comes. So these are the things we need to pay attention to. And then the Nigerian Tax Act 2025 requires you to keep your information for each financial year for up to 6 years. You cannot say, we are in 2026. How come you're asking me for record of 2021? The law requires that you keep your information up to date. I know you don't want to stock lots of papers in your office, so you need to utilize the electronic system. Put them on a software. There are so many free softwares now that you can take advantage of. There are so many softwares that are even for less expensive amounts. And if you want more information about that, we are here to guide you at the end of the session. So let's move quickly. In the bag that was distributed, we sent a tax compliance calendar for you to know the tax you are supposed to pay. Details about that particular tax and when it is due, if you look inside your bag. Also, we sent the VAT checklist. We sent the VAT checklist. So, for your VAT compliance to be complete, what do you need to know? What do you need to have? What do you need to make visible in your shop? There are 2 documents in your bag. You can check it and educate, get more information after this session. So let's move quickly as we wrap up. So let's look at, is your transaction vatable? What kind of transaction is vatable? We are selling television. We are selling generator. We are selling sound system. We are selling cable. We are selling switch. We are selling electronic and electrical fittings. Those transactions are vatable. But if you are a small business, 100 million and below, don't collect VAT. But the moment you are a small business and you have collected VAT, you have to remit that VAT, because the VAT is not your money. You are a small company, less than 100 million. But you went ahead to do what? To collect VAT. The taxman is going to require you to remit that VAT that you have collected. But the moment you know you are not a small company, you need to comply. And compliance means that on every of your invoice, you need to start including VAT and remitting VAT. You are a large wholesaler. You do shipments. You do store-to-store commercial supply. Those are vatable transactions. You do installation jobs. You do repair work. You do commercial equipment servicing. The moment you are not a small company, VAT applies. But the transactions that VAT does not apply to, basic food items. You are selling basic food items, unprocessed agricultural produce, fresh local staples, VAT does not apply. Medical supplies, VAT does not apply to medical services. Essential healthcare provision, diagnostic prescription of pharmaceutical products and all of that, VAT does not apply. Educational materials, academic textbook. I know we are in a spam that we might have people that are trading academic textbook. VAT does not apply. And essential student stationaries, VAT does not apply. Then for locally manufactured tiling, fertilizing, harvesting and equipment, VAT does not apply. So 2 categories of transactions, the ones that are exempted and the ones that VAT applies to. So if I've mentioned your category and VAT applies to you and you are not a small company, please, on your invoice, clearly state VAT. So for local sales, interstate sales, marketplace sales, imported goods. For imported goods that you have brought into Nigeria, the moment they arrive at Nigeria and they are vatable transactions, VAT applies. But if you are carrying out exported services, you are rendering that service abroad, VAT does not apply on exported services. But the moment they have been domesticated and they are here in Nigeria and you are selling them in Nigeria, VAT applies to them. You are selling on WhatsApp, you are selling on Facebook, you are selling on Telegram, and you are not a small company. That's why I'm putting a caveat. And you are not a small company, VAT applies. If you are a small company and you are selling online, what do you need to do? Issue an invoice so that by the time the taxman takes all the RC number, registration number of both businesses and enterprises and limited liability company, and for whatever reason they visit your doorstep, you have record for your online sales. You will tell them, I'm not a small company. This law does not apply to me, but these are my records to reconcile that this does not apply to me. As opposed to, I'm a small company. Where are your records? I don't have. I am a driver. Where is your driver's license? I don't have. So let me ask, are we enjoying the session? Should I go ahead or should I stop now? Okay, so I can go ahead. How many minutes do you want to give me more? I should just... company. But you are not a small company. You have 10 shops, 20 shops, and you already make over 100 million. It means you have charged VAT for that particular month, which you need to remit on or before the 21st of the following month, right? That's your VAT that you have paid to custom on that particular same electronics. And the same VAT you have collected from customer on that particular electronics, when you are filing your VAT the following month, you net it off, and that becomes your VAT liability. You understand it now? So when custom charge you VAT, keep that document. When you have charged customer VAT, also keep that document. So I'm rounding up now, right? I need to just ask a few questions, and then we call it a day. So is selling of generator, is it vatable? Is it people that will answer me? Oh? Selling of generator, is it vatable? Selling of phone accessories, is it vatable? Selling an inverter, is it vatable? You go to install an inverter, is it vatable? Okay. You are repairing a television, is it vatable? You are selling goods to another shop, my second shop, my third shop, is it vatable? You are going to your third shop to go and pick an item, and you are selling to a particular customer, is it vatable? If you say no, tell me, I'm listening, please.
Yes, it's vatable.
It's the same. Okay.
Your business and you're selling to other person is vatable. So far, you are the one selling it to the person. But if you borrow, maybe that person should pay the VAT.
Exactly. So if you borrow the item, that person should do what? Pay the VAT that they will put on that invoice. So with that, we would call it a day. Thank you very much for listening to our session. If you have questions, we are here to answer them. Thank you. Okay, questions, sir.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Please, you have been explaining on goods that are, profitable. But for example, I go to China or Dubai or whatever and import goods. Coming to Nigeria, you are selling below the cost. How do you VAT it? Yes. Do you get me? I say you have been explaining on gain every time. But business is all of profit and loss. Then in a situation where you buy a goods from overseas, coming to Nigeria with tax reform and the custom duty and whatever, the goods become, loss in the country. How do you VAT it?
Thank you very much, sir. VAT is on transaction. Loss is what we see at the end of a financial year, your company income tax. You cannot pay tax on a loss at the end of a financial year. But VAT is transaction-based, and it is month on month. The month I imported, the month I sold. When you imported, your VAT is a lump amount, quite all right. But it will offset month on month when you sell that item and you have included VAT on it. So whatever profit or loss that you have made is as a result of your pricing on that item. That will now determine whether you will pay company income tax at the end of the financial year or not. Do you understand it now? Yes, it's transaction-based. Yes, sir. Your question, sir. Yeah. Okay, you raised your hand. Okay. Okay, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Sitting on the existing program. Please, my question is this. Like me, I'm talking about me. Hello? I'm a distributor, a multinational in Nigeria. And I believe that the company is already paying tax. I'm a distributor. They always supply me. Like I'm a distributor of Mobile Nigerian PLC or Wonder Nigerian PLC, who Rubicant. So as they supply me, I'm selling, I'm paying back. So the company, I thought the company already paid VAT. Am I going to add VAT to my own retail business? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. As a distributor, right, so on those items, when the company was importing, or as the case may be, they have incurred VAT on those items. If those transactions are VATable, the company is going to advise you to say, sir, these transactions are VATable, and you need to go ahead to start including VAT on them. But if they have not done that, then I want to believe that those items that you are trading are not VATable. Okay. Because we know you didn't go into details, but yes, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, let me pose this question on behalf of my brothers and sisters in Aspanda market. Okay, for an Aspanda trader, expanding from small retail into larger importing, at what exact growth milestone do they cross over from standard VAT exemptions into full invoicing compliance?
Thank you very much, ma'am. So, for a small business, 100 million and below, now they have crossed over to a large scale business. The moment they are making above 100 million, the law requires that on your invoice, you start charging VAT. Yesterday, I did not see 100 million. Today, someone came and ordered 50 pieces of the same item for 125 location. I can already see that the amount is above 100 million on that invoice. That's first day. That's day one. You charge VAT. You start charging VAT. The following day, you start charging VAT on all other transactions, because that one transaction has moved you from a small company to a big company. I want Ecobank to call us back. So please, let's move. Okay. Thank you, sir.
You see, there is a problem here. This is, I'm not sure this is 1% of our spender. They are not up to 1%. So, in your mind, why is people not coming here? There must be a reason. You know, there are also going to be more education. Our people don't understand this. When I came in, I was thinking about, I later found out it's VAT you are talking about. So we need more orientation, we need more alignment for people to know. They don't understand. A lot of us, we have more than 500,000 people inside this market. And look at the number we have here. It's not encouraging. Like you're saying, most people don't know what is VAT. How to VAT on their goods, how many percentage is supposed to be. What they know is just, I import goods from China, this is my cost, add my profit and sell. You get? So we are also battling, last few months, Lagos State Inland, they educated us on the Lagos State tax. Then the FR is there. Now your own is a VAT on this economy. Very soon you ask of our blood or our DNA. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let me quickly say this. Okay.
So what we plan to do as Ecobank is have a series of these sessions to enlighten you around these things. So today we've dealt with VAT. We'll find an opportune time and come back and ensure that there are more members present so we understand and unravel these new developments. So thank you very much for that insight. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Omoboye. We are not coming with a new type of VAT. We are tax consultants that want to help you manage your tax liability. And Ecobank has started out this insightful technical session because they are aware that we need tax education. As Ecobank customers and the larger public, they have identified that gap, and that is why they have brought us here to come and have a tax education session. Sir, please, let me quickly take your question, and we'll be available at the end of the program to take all the questions that you have at the stand, registration stand behind. Okay, sir. All right, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. I have a series of questions. Number one, you talked about we getting our tax ID, and I know for sure most of us here, what we have is our TIN, which is not our tax ID. Because I've tried several times to get my tax ID online, and I have a glitch, and it will tell you to send a mail to wherever, which email is not even there. That is one, how do we get our tax ID? Then two, you talked about we taxing our customers when they come to buy goods. Now, most of us here, we're not just selling physical goods, we sell services. Now, when you sell services, or let me stay on the major, which is the goods. Now, it's a competitive market. I go to China, I import goods, and I'm selling at XYZ, and my competitor is selling at ABC. Nobody will see a 2 naira goods and come and buy a 10 naira goods. Whether you're telling me it's the original or not, they want to go to the 2 naira goods to buy. Now, I come and say, okay, because I want to get a way of curtailing my tax, and I charge him extra 7.5% because I don't want to incur that money. And my competitor is also doing the same business, but he is not charging the tax. I won't sell. That is where we are. This is the market. Let us be truthful to ourselves. I won't sell. My goods will stay in my shop. So how do we do that? Then thirdly, when you keep talking about this 100 million, 100 million, 100 million, the truth is that to we traders here, when we talk about taxing, we all see the money that comes into my account, that is what they will tax on. That is what we all see. Now, when you say 100 million, and you said something just before now, you said, if my aunt sister asked a question from small scale to a medium scale to a larger scale. Now, that small scale, because it sold 150 million today, does not necessarily mean that he has catapulted from that small scale to a medium scale overnight. That is not true. Because I might sell 150 million today. Thank God, God made a miracle. And I won't see it for the next 6 months. So what now happened to my shift in scale? Nothing happens there. So how will I be taxed on that? Then thirdly, that 100 million, you need to explain very well, because for someone like us that does services, 200 million can come into my account like today. And what I get for that 200 million is just 20,000 naira. Do you understand? So how will they tax me? Because from what we've been seeing ab initio is that tax people comes and they give us later for billions of naira, because they are looking at the total inflow for the year into our account, and that is what is really giving us the concern here. Do you understand? So we need more. I wish it is just beyond this time. It goes beyond. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much for that very robust question. Tax is not just one, it's not a topic we can cover in 5-10 minutes. It's a very robust topic. You understand? And we need to be able to give in-depth insights of what the dynamics of transactions are and the taxes that apply to those kind of transactions. You understand? So for your tax ID, the moment you have gotten your TIN number, you need to put it on the online platform that used to be the Tax Pro Max. Now it has become the self-service portal. That's because the Nigerian Revenue Service has moved from just manual filing to electronic filing, and they have digitalized the system. So what do you need to do? We can handle that. We are tax consultants. So if you are having that challenge, you can see us after the session to help you resolve it. That is one. Two, you talked about your transaction moving you from a small company to a large company. Yes, what you need to do is comply. The moment you have complied, you made 100 million today. The Nigerian Revenue Service will see you as a large company. But tomorrow, the money doesn't come like that. But when you have your documentation to back that up, even when you go ahead at the end of the financial year to file, and they will charge you the company income tax that is due for that net profits at the end of the financial year. They cannot charge you tax on your revenue. They are charging you company income tax on your net profit or your net loss. Your sales minus the cost of your sale. What you have sold minus the cost of selling that item, minus your administrative expenses to be able to get your paid salary. Those are administrative expenses. Yes, those are administrative. But if you don't have your record, you cannot be able to know what your tax liability is. This person has sold 1 million, but by the time they close the shop and slam him a liability of 1 billion, your own shop will still be open, you that you have complied. So it's better you comply. Compliance looks like a very big shoe, like I showed us. But the moment you start complying, your feet will fit properly. Thank you very much. Our office is on the island, Lekki. But we are available to come to Aspamda. Ecobank will bring us back. I want to believe so. Aspamda can bring us back. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time, everyone. Yes, sir. Okay. On the VAT compliance schedule, our phone number is there, our website is there, our email address is there. So when you give us a call, we'll be here to attend to you. Thank you very much. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Chidima. Please put your hands together for Chidima Osigwe, ACA-TI, representing Harava. And also put your hands together for our partner, Olaoluwa Agbola. She was of help as well to take part of the presentation. Thank you very much, Harava International Business Consultancy Limited. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have had some questions and some answers to whatever is giving us some concern about the presentation.
and I'm very sure we are so excited about what we have learned this afternoon. We're going to the second session, and this time we are talking about broadening our growth in business solutions according to the trade level. So growing your business through Ecobank trade solutions, cross-border payments, collections, letters of credit, business banking, and trade support. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a big pleasure to bring to you Mr. Biodun Oluokun, the head trade finance, Ecobank Nigeria, to give us this presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Ndewo, my people. Ade hello. Okay, today, now about trade we want to talk about. We want to talk about trade. So we all know, say, most importation they from China come. I mean, all importation comes from China. And we are after profit. It's either you buy from the black market and transfer through your TT, or you come to the bank and do LC, or what we call bills for collection. Those are the options you have. As the goods they come, so that you go pay to the seller in China. Sometimes the seller now your brother for China, so that you go send it into RAM. So I will just ask a question. What is the black market rate today? Who can help me? For 1,400. Some they sell 1,405, 410, depending on. Who can tell me the bank rate today? Who can guess the bank rate today? Who will try? The bank rate is 1,374. See that difference? So don't worry. I don't say they go duty side. If they go duty side, okay? Now duty side you want to talk? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. That's why I'm here. Okay, listen. That's why I'm here. 1,374. See my treasury here. If you want it now, we will give you. That's why we are here. Okay, the money is there. That was in those days. That time don't pass. We are not in that era. Say money no day again. Money is available. Try us. Please. Can we spot this man? More they can do example. Say we can. I beg. Now those days, so things have changed. So please, okay, the money is available. The bank will give to you. But you have to do either LC or bills for collection. And you have done TT. Behind the scene, I can help you convert your TT to bills for collection. Behind the scene. You know, we don't know who is watching us here. If you don't do TT before, and they never send the document, we can help you convert it. So, please, I don't want to waste much time. It's just to tell you that if you come through the bank, either LC or BC, you are going to get 25 to 35 naira saved. And anything you want to do in terms of curtailing the amount of the invoice, we understand the game. We will play the game with you. It is our business. We have been doing it for some. So please, Oga, I will personally hold you when I finish this training. So, the chairman, we first talk for money, say we get a lot of people for outside Africa. We also have a special transfer for Africa, African country. We call it cross-border rapid payment. If you deposit dollar, you can send to African country. The good thing where they don't want to say, you are not going to pay telex charge, you are not going to pay the charges to the beneficiary. It is free of beneficiary charges, which we call offshore charges, and it's also free of SWIFT. So this one, where I call cross-border, now strictly for Africa. So please try us. We are here to tell you what is available. When you try us and we fail, we know say Ecobank World is not their bond. So please try us, test us, and we'll tell you that what we are saying is true. So I've told us we can do LC, bills for collection. Any game you want to do in terms of reducing the amount, we are ready to play it with you. If you have bills for TT, I can help you convert it to bills, but I won't say it publicly here because of the implication. So the bank is ready to support your trade, will be available, will be coming to the market. And so I want to give the microphone to people, ask your questions so that we can conclude this and have our talks behind the scene. Thank you. We want to talk first.
Do we have anybody who want to ask a question? You want to ask any question about what he has said, about how Ecobank can empower you in this line? Do you have any question?
Okay, let me say this. So we also know you usually have a challenge that if you want to transfer money, we ask for FORMEM. We also talk about how you can actually transfer without FORMEM. We know the narration where you go put. But you know there are some things, we don't know who is here. It has to be said behind the scene. So as we enter from shop to shop, we tell you how you can put the narration and send without FORMEM. But you know when you are doing big transaction, you have to try and do FORMEM so that when it comes to clearing, they're not going to disturb you. But if your consignment is not too much and you don't want to do FORMEM, we also have the solution. So on this note, I believe we should have 1 or 2 questions, but if you don't have, I will give the microphone to the moderator while I sit down for further direction. Now, thank you.
Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for Mr. Biodun Oluokun, the Air Trade Finance Ecobank Nigeria. All right, like he has said, you can meet him behind the camera to make inquiries about the trade finance levels. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very sure we are all so well incited with whatever we have done here today. If you have learned something, please, can I just see you raise your hand? If you have learned something today, can I see you raise your hand? Thank you very much. Please, if your hands are not too busy, please put your hands together for Ecobank and for Harava International Business Consultancy Limited. All right, this is to say a very big thank you to everyone. And to do that, please bring forward to the microphone Madam Omoboye Odu, the head SME Ecobank Nigeria. Please put your hands together for her as she gives the closing remarks.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good afternoon, and thank you for being patient with us. Apologies, it's taking longer than planned, but thank you. I will attempt my small Igbo. I went to primary school in the East, but I've forgotten it. In Dewunu, Ezibondi Azmaha, I hope I didn't massacre it. Enugu. I went to University Primary Staff School, Enugu, Shalom Nursery School, Enugu. I lived in GRA, Enugu, for about 6 years, but I've forgotten everything. Thank you. So as we bring today's Ecobank SME knowledge sharing session to a close, I would like to sincerely thank all our participants, our partners at Harava Business Advisors, Aspamda leadership in particular, our customers and prospects for making this engagement a success. Today's discussions on the new tax regime and trade solutions reinforce an important reality. SMEs need more than banking services. They need practical solutions that help them overcome business challenges and unlock growth opportunities. At Ecobank, we're intentional about solving SME pain points, whether it's access to finance, collections, payments, trade facilitation, cross-border opportunities, business advisory support, or digital banking solutions. Our focus remains the same, helping businesses grow and succeed. We are operating in 33 out of 54 African countries. We're operating in all the countries that your brothers have migrated to. We're in Angola, we're in Cote d'Ivoire, we're in Burkina Faso, we're across the region, across the continent. So we are the optimal partner to work with. Our promise is very simple. Ecobank Business, your growth partner. So our call to action is very simple. We thank you again for your time. We promise to do a series of this to unravel these pain points and to make you not even just a believer, a disciple of trade solutions from the bank, sir. Okay? So once again, I say thank you on behalf of Ecobank Nigeria. Thank you for your time. We just like a few minutes where we can take photos and give you some small gifts from the bank. We'll be back again soon, and hopefully we can get more participants and we can get more out of this. Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you.
Please put your hands together for Madam Omoboye Odu, the head SME Partnerships and Collaborations, Ecobank Nigeria Limited. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a big honor to be here this afternoon. My name is Oluwatobi Ogunpolu, a.k.a. MC Scholar, MCFR, Master of Ceremonies of the Federal Republic. It's a big honor to be here this afternoon, and I want to say thank you very much and good afternoon. The backdrop banner is available for us to take pictures. We want to take photographs. Group photographs can go on here with some senior members of the Ecobank management representatives that are here, and the leadership and our members of Abspanda market traders. We can come here, have a group picture, and we'll be fine.